welcome back into Weather Command Weekend, bringing you a look at a live radar gauge or a river gauge. This is at Mission Creek, Mission Canyon, right smack dab in the middle of our considerable flash flood warning. You can see that spike, and that's showing how this gauge is responding to the influx of rain, but also the elevation component. It creates some significant runoff. The latest right now cresting just shy of 7 feet.
Yeah, and you can see just how high it's gone. I mean, it's just hanging steady here, and then all of a sudden it shoots straight up, almost at a 90-degree angle. That's just an influx of way too much moisture. There it is right there. There's all the rain moving over that flash flood warning, and more's to come as the heaviest of the rain still offshore. So the biggest push of this hasn't even made it into the area, and we already have a considerable flash flood warning in place.
Yeah, estimates are about 3/4 of an inch to an inch per hour for the rainfall rates, and because this will be a prolonged event for at least the next probably closer to 6-7 hours, you can imagine what the rainfall totals could be at the end of it. You broaden this out, 20 million people under some type of flood alert. Flood watches extending as far north as Mammoth Lakes, as far south as San Diego, and we also have some of those islands that are taking a beating right now just off the coast of SoCal, also under flood watches.
And Death Valley is a place that you don't typically associate with rain, right? They're under these flood alerts, as we've got the burn scars now superimposed on top of the areas under the flood watches. You see them here dotted in the red. Those areas are going to be particularly vulnerable. The soil is just kind of crusted over, and it's not going to be able to absorb a whole lot of moisture, so that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, level 3 out of 4 for right now. With the latest update from the WPC that happened early this morning, they expanded the level 2 out of 4 risk, and they extended it further south and a little bit further off towards the east, but still leaving that 3 out of 4, although the wording from National Weather Service Los Angeles does highlight potentially a little bit closer to a 4 out of 4, just in how concerned they are with this because of the vulnerability of these burn scar areas.
And this is why you're basically seeing about 60 days worth of rain in 2 to 3 days in places like Fresno, Bakersfield, Los Angeles, typically getting water on this part. And this is the rainy season. You know, this is when this should be happening in theory. It's just happening in a little too much of a bulk type of scenario, as any water in this part of the country is usually pretty good for the water table in spring and summer, but not if it's flooding everything out.
Yeah, exactly. What we're showing you here is CAPE. So this is thunderstorm energy, so what can cause severe thunderstorms. And notice how we do have a plume sitting over San Bernardino, out towards Santa Ana, and right off of the coast into Southern California. And so that's creating this element of some vorticity. We're actually seeing multiple couplets going. So some water spouts are definitely a possibility as it pushes onto shore closer to the Los Angeles area and Long Beach. Give that another, let's say, hour, 2 hours. Maybe we have a tornado warning that can pop up on land. But that's for today. We'll back this off a touch going into this evening. Then we have round 2 that comes tomorrow. Yeah,
tomorrow, kind of into Monday as well. And I'll tell you what, it's not every day you see CAPE in Southern California. It's just, I'm almost going, are my eyes deceiving me? And it'll be interesting, too, to see if any of those water spouts do make it on land, because that, if you're not familiar with that process, that would then change it over to a tornado, right? And so that's what we're watching out for. Meanwhile, this is the secondary round of that push that comes on through with that second cold front, and this whole area just covered up in green and yellow and even blue in the higher terrain for the next couple of days.